All right, everybody, welcome back. This is episode 30. Holy hell. And I want to apologize for the 1 month hiatus, a little over a month hiatus. I was spending some time with my family. And within that time, there was a lot of reflection and thoughts. Then there was also some good and bad times there, not just for myself and my family, but for the nation as a whole. Like, holy fuck. Like, what the fuck? But let's reel this back in a little. First, I took my kids to Lake Tahoe with my family. My mom, she had a medical diagnosis that now she's good, but there were some scary thoughts and some scary portions in that. And she felt that she needed to go to Lake Tahoe before something happened. And so the family and I decided to jump on board, and I told my mom, hey, we got this. And we went to Lake Tahoe, had an amazing time. So while there, we also went to Carson City. I hit up 12, 14 breweries. I always do this. We've talked about this. And I got a beer from Carson City called Foxtrot Strong Ale. It's from Fox Brewery. I really liked it because it had dog tags on it, and I had a couple. They're really good. So I'm gonna crack the can and say cheers. I appreciate you guys. It's been 30 episodes. This is number 30, and it's growing. I just had somebody today say that they recognized me and they liked what I'm doing. So hopefully this, it continues. Cheers, buddies. Oh, that's good. That's good. And it's middle of the day too. It's 1:05 on a Friday, off of work. What more do you want? But I have a couple topics here. We're gonna get to the kind of the status of the nation in a little bit, and I'm not gonna go in depth, but just what happened. Like, holy fuck. But first, I wanna talk about some reflections. As I went on this trip, I want to tell you guys to have an amazing time with your family, to create memories, because memories are what's going to carry forward. We went on this trip, like I said, for my mom, but it was my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, their families, myself, and my kids. And it was great. There was shenanigans, there was fun, there was seriousness, there was pictures, there was drinking, there was talking, there was time of our life. And it was great. The memories were just piling on. And then a near tragic event happened. And this is where I call upon those that know, if you're ever in a trauma situation, get some help. We were driving back from Lake Tahoe, and we get about 4 hours into the drive. It's a 5 hours into the drive. It's a 14-hour drive from Tucson to Tahoe, and we did a drive because, one, my parents don't like to fly. They don't like it at all, and so we did this because it was one of those things where I just want to be around the family, do what they want, and I didn't care. But I rented a vehicle. I had my kids in the back. It was myself, my son, my daughter, my son, and then my daughter in the very back seat. I'm driving back. 2-lane highway. I don't know if it's 89 through Nevada or 83, 81. I don't give a what fucking it is. But I'm going 85, 90. Traffic is coming this way, 85, 90. Big rig out in the pasture. Just, you could see it coming down. And holy fuck, there's somebody passing. Okay, usually you can judge and you can pass. Well, this fucking piece of shit. He's passing and he can't pass. So instead of slowing down and getting back in his lane, this motherfucker expects for me to move. So at this point, we're both going 85 miles an hour. I drastically slowed down. Actually, by the time it was almost done, I was going about 20. This motherfucker's still going about 85. Actually, he might have slowed down a little, but I wasn't worried about that. We're head on towards each other. I go towards the shoulder. He goes towards the shoulder. I come back in the lane. He comes back in the lane. All this time, we're just coming faster and faster towards each other. I'm slowing down drastically. Finally, very last minute, probably less than a car length, he cuts across into my shoulder and goes around me. Now, if I was alone, fuck it. Gotta go, gotta go. You know what I mean? But I had my kids in the back. And all I kept thinking was like, Lord, if you're going to do this, just take me. Don't take the kids. Any way you looked at it, whether he hit me on my side, whether he hit me on my son's side, whether he hit me dead on, there was going to be a couple of us fucking done. Absolutely done. That was a horrible experience. Traumatic. Now, I will tell you that when he finally passed around, during this time, my kids were trying to be like, Dad. And I just said, shut the fuck up. Like, let me fucking drive. Let me fucking deal with this. Shut up. It wasn't because I didn't want to hear their inputs or anything, but this was happening fast. I had to make decisions. Afterwards, my kids were pretty shaken and taken back. Right after he passed, I had tunnel vision. All I saw was the truck and all the traffic passing, probably thinking like, holy fuck, there's going to be a major wreck and these people are going to fucking die. Whatever happens to that piece of shit, I really don't care. Like, I don't wish harm on anybody, but I really don't care. And after he passed, probably half a mile down the road, I pulled over because I looked in my rearview mirror and I saw my daughter's face, my youngest daughter's face. Because of that scene, she knew that some of us weren't going to survive, if not all of us. Bawling. I'm a man of my kids. I got out, I went around. My oldest daughter came out. My baby girl comes out the side door and I just held her. Because I just had the time of my life with my kids in Lake Tahoe with my family. And it was tough because I still had to drive another 9 hours back to Tucson. Sorry, I got a little emotional. And I was going to come back to do some podcasts and everything else, talk about memories and feelings and, like just nature in general, like getting out there, experiencing things, doing things, and being around family and around good company. I couldn't come to bring myself to have a podcast when I felt that this was a pretty traumatic incident. I will tell you, I haven't been to a PTSD counselor in some time, and I had to make an appointment. I have an appointment coming up this Monday because I felt that through this traumatic event, it triggered some other stuff. And though it may not be severe, though it's mild to moderate, whatever you want to consider it, it's still stuff that is traumatizing to me from childhood on up. And so I challenge you guys to, when you feel that, to get the resources and the help that you need. Because you visibly saw me right now. Like, it affected me. It still affects me. I don't want my kids to ever have that feeling again. I can't ever put them in a bubble and make sure that their lives go wonderful, because nobody put me in a bubble. I've been through some fucking shit. Everybody's been through shit, right? But those feelings and those thoughts and everything associated with that have affected me since. Now, there's been some great things that have come out of the past month. And then there's that, I think that was probably the worst thing. I don't know. A little bit of heartache, but nobody gives a shit about that. But that right there, just seeing the look on my daughters, and my son's faces. One of my sons was asleep. He didn't even realize what happened until it was last second. He wouldn't have even known. But that sheer fear in their eyes made me realize that I'm here for my kids more than anything. And I realize that it's also caused me to, not for the purpose of this, but kind of slow my roll on this and just work on my body, work on myself, work on my mind. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to partake, but it's not like, going out on occasion and doing things, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. But then, we get to the good stuff. And while we were in Lake Tahoe, and I guess this could be considered bad as well, but good. My kids and I went to an American Legion for a farmer's market. And everybody there was military or prior military veterans. But the thing about it is, VFWs and American Legions are losing their base. And I've brought this up before. How do we change it? Because the greatest generation, the Korean War veterans and the Vietnam veterans, are slowly but surely just diminishing. I mean, the World War II veterans, there's not very many left. But what do we do to change it? What do we do to create a stronger VFW and American Legion? Because I don't know. I've thought about it. I thought about it on the way home. I thought about it since. Do we try to reignite it, or do we create other services? Because right now I'm actually going to be a part of a veterans organization that does hikes. And I think that's the thing is, a lot of us veterans aren't turning towards sitting at a bar just talking about our woes and our highs and lows, our woes, and just having drinks. I think more of us want to be active. I recently decided after 3.5 classes that I wasn't going to go to school anymore because I wanted to concentrate on myself and make memories with my kids more. And if anybody follows me on Facebook, you know that I have... I always take trips with my kids. I'm always doing things with my kids, and I absolutely love my kids. I mean, part of the reason why I didn't do a podcast was because it was back to back. It was Lake Tahoe one weekend, then it was Prescott or Prescott or whatever the fuck you want to call it for these Arizonans, and then it was Scottsdale. No, Pine Top and then Scottsdale. So I was constantly on the go. It was go, and could I have had a podcast in between? Yeah, but I was trying to do school, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to do school. Why? I mean, I already have several degrees. I mean, I can show you on my wall. What is it going to do for me? Right now, nothing. Just detract from other things that I needed to really take care of. So that was one of the good/bad. But then going back a little, what do we do to kind of build up the VFW and the American Legion now? Do we go back to the basics of what our generation and our military veterans want? Because if I can create a group right now, it would be a group of veterans that go out and shoot, that go out and have some beers, that go out and sit around a campfire, even in the middle of the fucking heat, sit there and bullshit, maybe go off-roading, maybe find a location where you can go fishing. Not do anything stupid, just go fishing. Because I think that's our base right now. And I think I want to do that, but I don't know how to go about doing that. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Again, I'm going to be a part of a group that likes to go hiking. And I'm excited for it because I'm not really a hiker, but why not get out of my comfort zone, right? And I'm just going to build towards things. Making those memories with my kids. And just go from there. Just be me for now, for a while. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And maybe those of you guys who have my Facebook account, or, I hope that everybody sees, the comments and everything that I drop and talks about, the certain topics. I mean, I've gotten feedback. Today, I actually ran into somebody who watches a podcast at the guard base. I was at the guard base here in Tucson. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was at the guard base getting my kid his ID card, and we went to do a tour of the jet engine shop, which is phenomenal, by the way. Yvonne, thank you for that. That's my children's aunt that works there, and it was great. And Adam, hey, Nice meeting you, bro. My kids are now intrigued into going into the military, which I've been trying to push it for a while. But now they have a sense of like, oh my God, this is what it is. Yeah, kids, I've been fucking telling you guys, but what does dad know, right? It always comes down to that. What does dad really know? But now they want to do more. So I still have a lot of people that I know at DM, and I wish I was at Dias so I can, or near Dias so I can take them and show them what the military is about, what the Air Force is about. I'll take them to an Army base. I don't give a shit. I'll take them to Marine base, camp, whatever the fuck they are, because I'm not gonna stop them. I'm not gonna tell them no. If they want to join from the Marines to the Coast Guard or any branch in between, do it. Enjoy it. Life. Look at this. Look at this fucking wonderful thing. Small collection of the things that I've done. Everything's got a story in this room. Everything's got a story. Some of it is people gave it to me. Some of it is I worked on aircraft. I fixed some battle damage. I've been around the world. I've on and on and on and on. That sign right there was taken with Benny at after a drunken game in Texas. Like there's just stories behind things. But that's what I try to tell them. Create those memories. Everything in this room has a memory. And my kids, I'm waiting for them to come down one day and just say, hey, Dad, what is this about? Because they're at the age where they're in their own little things. But one day I just want them to. I don't push it upon them. And as veterans, I don't think we tell our story enough. Hence the reason why I have this podcast. Because I asked people the why. Why did you fucking join? Why are you doing it? Why did you do it? Because their kids aren't going to ask them. And they're not going to tell them. So if you're a veteran, sit your kids down and have stories and say, hey, what do you want to know about me? Because that creates a legacy. That carries forward. Because then if you tell your kids something, then maybe your kid's like, man, I should join. Or I should do something for the greater good. Push that out there. Like, let them know. Sometimes we don't want to tell our kids what we did or where we did or when we did it. But it's good for them to know. It's good for them to know why. Because some kids don't understand. My older kids, for a while, they resented me because I was always gone. Until I sat down with them and said, look, this is the reason why. I did it for you guys. I have 4 kids and then me. It's 5 of us. I did 20 years and I did 4 years for each kid. I did an enlistment for each kid. And I did it for a reason. I did it so that if they didn't want to join, they didn't have to, because I fulfilled mine and my kids' fulfillment. Now a draft is something different, and people can go on a tangent on that shit. I don't give a fuck. But I did a fulfillment for my family. Maybe they didn't understand. They didn't know why Dad was always away. All they cared about was Dad's away again. Dad can't see me for this event. Dad can't see me for that event. But we all make sacrifices. We all make sacrifices even at home. I mean, people work long hours. People get divorces. People split up. People move away. People have to, accommodate for things. Mine was just overseas. Mine was just gone. Mine was just in a different state. Mine was just in a different country. But it's a concession that I made and a price that I paid for myself and for my family. But now that they're older, they understand a little more. They understand why. And it's easy to relate with, and it's easy to talk to them and say, hey, this is the reason why. And here are some of my memories. Here, let me sit down with you guys and tell you, what do you want to know? What do you want to know? Do you want to know why that ugly-ass caterpillar stayed on me? No, because we had No Shave November. Do you want to know why I decided that I wanted to try to get Okinawa and got Okinawa? Because I wanted to see something different. Because I wanted to make an impact somewhere. May it be a very, very, very small impact. But as veterans know, we're of what, 3% that joined? 1%? I mean, it's probably dropped. But any impact is an impact. Do I believe in everything that I've done? No. But I did it. I did it to the best of my ability. And 95% of veterans do that. You know, we all have our convictions. But tell your kids, especially veterans, tell your kids, kids of veterans, dependents of veterans, wives of veterans, nieces, nephews, anybody. If you feel that you haven't heard stories from your uncle who's a crusty old fucking veteran who's just sitting there rotting away, or maybe not even rotting away, but just has his own life and hasn't really discussed much, sit there and ask him, hey uncle, hey aunt, hey, you know, brother, sister, dad, mom, whatever. Tell me what you want to tell me, but I want to know. Maybe they'll bring out the pictures. Maybe they'll bring out for you fucking young fucks. Like, no, not digital pictures. I'm talking about hard copies of some black and white, some fucking basic training shit. And just have a discussion. Just be like, what was it like? Ask them. Fucking know. Get to know. It's a legacy. It's something that they did for what they believed. Everybody has a reason why they joined. But they still believed in something. And they still will always believe in something. The most patriotic people in this country are the veterans. Go to any baseball game, football game, basketball game, hockey game, soccer game, football, whatever. When that initial sound of the national anthem comes on, the amount of pride that a military member projects is real. Look around. To this day, I still get fucking chills. To this day, and it won't change. It will not ever change. But just take a look at their patriotism. Just look at their stance. People were swaying, people were kind of laughing, people were half-assed doing everything. Look at a military member and their pride. And it says a lot. It says a lot as to how we feel and how we respect this country. Now people say, oh, you guys are brainwashed and indoctrinated. Honestly, yeah, to an extent. We have to be. You have to flush out all the other shit. Doesn't mean that we don't have an opinion. Doesn't mean that we don't think. It just means that we have to get rid of who we were and how we were coded to become a fighting machine to get to what we need. Now, has it become softer? It's debatable. I'm going to say yes, but it's still debatable. But we're all still doing the same thing. Things change, times change, people change. Now, are there good actors and bad actors? Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's for a whole different topic. But you as family members, as friends, talk to some of those people. Talk to some of those that have, signed up for years and have maybe never talked about it. Just ask them. Ask them a few things. I love hearing stories. Fucking tell me stories. Tim, who you know, who sits here on a regular with podcasts, even Sonny, Josh, there's this energy, aura, whatever you want to consider it, vibe about us, that when we go down and we have a drink and we sit down and we're bullshitting with people see us and start talking to us. The other day we had a conversation with a guy who got to DM in 1978. I wasn't even born yet. I was born in 79. And he was talking about how he became a cop, got out, went to the U of A, graduated, and tried to get back in. And they told him that he would be he would come back in as a staff sergeant and then wait until he got OCS. He was like, fuck that, I'm not doing that shit. And he's a successful man. But you listen to these people and you're just like, holy fuck. And that was everywhere. We were in Scottsdale last weekend and it was just constant veteran after veteran after veteran. And there was never a skipped beat on anything. It was, what are we talking about? What are we doing? What are we saying? You know what I mean? And we all have this bond. And utilize that bond. If you're a military member and you want to fucking do podcasts, do podcasts. If you're a military member and you want to fucking volunteer and help, fucking go help. But that was my spiel on just memories. Like, just from that traumatic incident to even now, make those memories, enjoy, and carry forward the memories. Record your aunt, record your uncle, record your dad, your grandpa, whoever. When they talk about it, say, hey, Dad, Grandpa, I just want to do a little film for myself and for our family to talk about this. Because one day I'm going to sit with my kids and I'm going to have them all around when my daughter's a little older and say, all right, this is being recorded. Ask the questions. Ask what you want to know about my career. If I don't want to tell you, or if I give you a look, that means I don't want to tell you. If I can't tell you, you'll know. But I will divulge anything that they want to know within reason. Did I have my fun in the military? We are not going to get into that. This is what this is not about. Had some great fun. But I will give them the memories and the stories that they need. So when I'm gone, they have something that they can sit back and think about and watch. And if they want to, if we want to do it in a round table somewhere, in my war room, we can have a conversation, sit down and say, okay, point to anything in here that you want to learn about. And I'm here for you. I will tell you. You want to know that came from Iraq? You want to know that, what did I do in Iraq? Okay, let's go down that whole rabbit hole. But that's what I'm going to do for my kids. And I hope that you guys can ask the same for everybody else. Now, changing subject a little, I want to say that I'm sorry that I didn't do a 4th of July podcast. I was in Pine Top with my kids. We were fishing. We were making more memories. Having pictures, laughing, joking, talking shit about fish, who's going to catch the most. I obviously did with 3 little fish. Nobody caught anything that was a keeper, but it's okay. The kids had fun. But I wanted it to be that way. I wanted the peace and tranquility and the silence of being there. Next time I will take my stuff and I will do a podcast from the lake or from wherever, the woods. I took my stuff to Lake Tahoe. I just didn't have enough time. And it would have been great. Now, happy 4th of July to you guys. I know, what is it? We're in 148 or 248 years. Long time for fucking country. We're about to hit 250 in a couple years. Crazy, huh? It's not really a long time for a country because you look at like England, and England's been around since who fucking knows? Fuck those guys. Beat them once, we'll beat them again. Anyway, but now let's go to a major topic. I don't know if you recall my last episode 29, but I discussed stop the fucking hate. Like, let's stop that shit. Look what hate got us. Hate almost got a president assassinated, a former president assassinated, potentially, probably about 95% a future president assassinated. Now, I talked about this in that last podcast about me having friends of the opposite party or me having friends who don't align themselves with the party. We all drink beer. We all banter. We all give each other shit. I have many military members that are exact opposite party of me. Some that have converted over. Some of my friends that were on this party converted over to the other party. It's very rare. But us as a fighting force, and I think here's part of the problem with society, is as a fighting force, now I guess it's a little more evident. But before, you didn't see fucking color. You didn't see race. You didn't see creed. You didn't see religion. You didn't see any of that. It was, we are there to do one thing and one thing only. Now, was there stuff in the military? Yeah. But again, there's bad actors in anything that you do. But in my whole time in, I didn't see any racism. I didn't see any racism at all. Maybe I did, but I didn't. No, I don't think I did. I don't think I did. I only saw it outside of the fence. Because when we're in, I don't care. People may think otherwise, but some of my best friends are of every ethnicity. And I said that in the last podcast. I said that, and I'll continually say it. I can call up some friends right now. I have friends right now that have been hitting me up lately. Every ethnicity. James, that includes you. But it's hard. It's hard to think that, it's not hard to think. It's mind-blowing to think that our country, the greatest country in the world, can't get past some hate in politics. Now, they talked about reunification. We need to come together as one. Well, bro, you created the division. How do you come back from that? When people already have it set in their minds that this division is the thing. That somebody's a threat to democracy. That somebody's going to create something and cause something to where there will be one ruler forever. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. There's the checks and balances. There's we the people who have that are armed. What, you're going to need an F-15 to stop the government? No. Because I guarantee you there's going to be a swarm of people. Come on. But why are we discussing this? Why is this even a topic? I'm a little passionate about it, and I actually thought about running for office, whether it be local or whether it be state. But I know how ugly it can get. I seen it. I had a buddy that ran, and nobody gave him the time of day. You got to be in the in crowd. You got to be in the good old boys club. Could I be in the good old boys club? Absolutely. But for what? What purpose is it going to serve the people? Fuck my personal interests, right? I don't give a shit. I don't want to go in there broke and then come out as a millionaire after a fucking 4-year term. Because that's what these motherfuckers do. We need to change that. We need to change that stigma. We honestly, and I don't even know why the fuck I'm bringing politics into this. We need to have term limits and get some of these motherfuckers out and get some fresh blood in. I'll do a 3-term limit. That's 12 years. 3-term limit. Get them the fuck out. And in that time that they're out, get some fresh blood in. Because that's what we need. We need young guys. I'm not fucking young by any means. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, of seeing all these politicians, yeah, I'm young. These motherfuckers are fucking 60, 70, 80 years old. And I'm 45. Not 44. God damn it, 44. But we do need to do that. We do need to get these people out. And we need to start somewhat fresh. How do we do that, though? How do we stop the hate? How do we stop the hate in our streets? You know how? Disconnect from the goddamn media. Disconnect from social media. Because it's been proven that they create their own narratives. And they constantly are bringing that hate into existence. Now, I'm not bringing any party affiliates into this. Both of them have their hands in everything. Both of them. To create agendas. Well, we do. We need to disconnect from everything. Go to a place where you may feel uncomfortable with and meet the people. And you will understand that these people are beautiful, amazing people. Go to countries where you think you're going to be at a place and start talking to people. Sit down with them. Have a beer. Have food. Bond over food. and you will have friends for life. It is amazing that you see and you hear that some of these countries are absolutely horrible. But then when you've met people from these countries, you're like, I don't understand how. I don't understand how, and I don't understand why. Because it's a narrative. There's a damn narrative in everything that goes on. Now, I apologize for going on that little tangent. But it was just shocking to see after I had just a few weeks ago made a video about stop the hate. And literally that's what they're talking about right now. Stop the hate. Let's reunify. Motherfuckers, we should have been doing this the whole time. Fuck. We all knew some shit like this was going to happen, right? It's unfortunate. But I started this off with talking about some good and bad. I will try my hardest to get more episodes out. I just took a new role in my company where I'll be traveling. I'll be out in Salt Lake City next week, and I should have a couple guests there. One being Kelly. You're gonna be watching this. Kelly, you're gonna hop on, and we're gonna fucking talk. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Kelly is awesome. And then I'm trying to get a couple other people. But just know that there's going to be small little gaps. Josh is leaving Tucson, and kind of sad about that. But it's all right, because I might end up having a satellite area there where he's going to be at, and we can, have a lot of discussion on, through Teams or through whatever, to do a podcast virtually. And I want to start getting more podcasts virtually. I don't have school anymore, so fuck homework, fuck all that other shit. And this company or this job is allowing me to travel a little bit more. In a few weeks, I will be out of the country in South America. Food, baby. Beer, baby. Fuck. I just want a few. But like I said, this last month was good and bad. There was good and bad. A little bit of trauma that should have never happened, but there was an idiot out in the road. I'm just glad that we're safe. I'm glad that I'm able to do this again for you guys, with you guys. And I bring all this stuff up because I've been told I'm very relatable. I've been told that, there's something that I bring in. And I want you guys to know that I bring it in because I hope that me talking about this can do something for you. Now, I'm not perfect. I'll never claim to be perfect. But there's an aspect of me trying to do greater good. And I'm still not perfect in every which way, shape, or form. Any which way, shape, or form. But I will try. If you need help, let me know. I've put resources in the bottom of my comments as I post. And I've told you about resources. Go get that help. Go get that help. If you need help with getting your VA benefits done, let me know. If you need help with suicide, mental illness, I'm always here. But look to your battle buddies too. Look to your buddies to your left and to your right. See what they got going on. And I've said it before. Ask your friends. Ask your friends how they're doing. I got my best friend who was on the show is in an academy right now for becoming a cop. And I haven't hit him up in a couple of days, but I'll hit him up today or tomorrow and say, hey, motherfucker, how you doing? Love you, bro. Proud of you. You got this. Need anything? Let me know. Need a care package? Shit, he don't want me to send him a care package. That motherfucker does not want me to send him a care package. I'll do some basic training shit. Send him some inappropriate stuff. But thank you. This is a good little outlet for me. as you guys know, and I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that my topics bring meaning to you. I hope the sense of creating memories is something important to you. I get it if it's not, but creating memories doesn't have to cost money. Creating memories has to be about time and effort towards somebody. So create those memories. Show those that you love that you love. That you love them and that you want them to enjoy each other. For you guys to enjoy each other. This was episode 30. And I'm sorry that it got a little deep. I can be me. I can be an emotional dude, and I can be regular me. And I give you a little bit of both sides. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to show your emotion and your state of mind. So again, I thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Definitely share. Show the world what we're doing here. Because you guys are subscribing for a reason. You guys are listening for a reason. Whether it's relatability, whether it's the resources, or whether you like what I'm doing. Show the world. Show other people. Because that's how we build on it. I'm not trying to get rich. Not at all. I'm trying to help. I don't need to get rich. I'm content. I'm content making the memories that I'm making and doing the things that I'm doing. But that goes for you guys too. Make those and do it and have fun, enjoy, and love. But love's a motherfucker, right? But love. So I thank you guys again. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Throw a comment in there. Give me a shout out. I appreciate it, guys. I love you guys. Cheers. Don't do anything crazy. And tell me if you like it. All right. It was fun. Till next week.